So guys, boom, Bryce versus Bronny James. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely thought that people were actually kind of trolling about this entire topic, that Bryce James is better than Bronny James. Bryce James is the best shooter in the James family. You know, just go on Twitter, you will see people actually saying that Bryce James has more potential than Bronny, is better than Bronny. Just go on Twitter, go on any YouTube comment, people are saying this man plays like Kevin Durant. There's a lot of mixed opinions about the conversation with Bryce James and Bronny James. Now, you watching this video, yes, I'm talking to you. I really want to know your honest opinions. Who do you think is better between Bryce James and Bronny James? Who has more potential? Who's had a better track record so far? Who do you think will actually make it into the NBA? Guys, overall, just like I said, be honest. Don't hold back. This is not no ESPN. This is Juice May Who's. I want you to be honest and comment down below your thoughts on who's better between Bryce James and Bronny James. I also recently just made a Discord, so if you guys want to talk about basketball, NBA, all that, join the Discord. I'm trying to hit 200 members in there. Subscribe to the channel as well. Smash that like button. Sorry about the long intro, but no hate towards Bryce James. But I just personally feel like this whole debate between Bryce and Bronny, I just feel like we kind of need to lay it to rest, at least at this specific moment in time. I did ask you guys a question: who's better between Bryce and Bronny James? Let's just go down the line and let's just kind of go criteria to criteria. When it comes to shooting, I know that there's this whole perception that Bryce James is the best shooter in the James family, because I know LeBron did say that. I'm not saying that Bryce James just cannot shoot, but we just haven't seen him do it in a big time scale, or even on the varsity level, or even whenever he does play 16U. We just have not seen it. These are not opinions, these are facts. Bronny James, we've seen Bronny hit some big time shots, big time threes in some pretty meaningful games. And I'm not saying that Bronny James is just this elite sniper shooter, but even then, I just feel like when it comes to his shooting ability, I do think that Bronny James has showcased more of that. Even LeBron, I do feel like LeBron is a very, very underrated shooter as well. And even just over the course of his career, LeBron, he's improved tremendously in his shooting ability. And like I said, in this specific moment of time, we just have not seen that from this man, Bryce James. When it comes to dribbling the basketball, who has a tighter handle? Who looks more crisp? Who looks more controlled? I think this one's really not a debate. I'm sure we can all agree that Bronny James kind of has the ball in the string. I do feel like he can tighten up his handle just a little bit. I also do think that Bronny can kind of get more creative with his moves as well and be able to score off the dribble. But even then, just being the overall point guard that he is, I do think that Bronny is a lot more controlled whenever handling the basketball over a guy like Bryce James. Same thing with transition play. I do think that Bronny James is very lethal whenever it comes to attacking the rim, and also even in transition whenever he is pushing the ball. I will admit that I do see some positives and a little potential in Bryce James whenever he is in transition and the way that he can score the ball. But even then, like I said, we still have to see it on that varsity scale. As far as defense, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that Bronny is very elite when it comes to the defensive end. I'm sure you guys can kind of agree with me that these little things like shooting, dribbling, defense, attacking the rim, the consistency, the speed, the athletic ability, overall, I just feel like Bronny James is just the more complete player, even at this specific moment in time. And I also do feel like Bronny James just has a lot more potential as far as making it into the NBA. Whenever it does come to Bryce James, I also do see a lot of potential in a guy like him, solely on the fact that I do feel like he does have the right people in his corner. He has the right guys around him to kind of set him up for success. And the one thing that I just always see people talk about Bryce James and why he has the potential is solely because of his height. I don't know about you guys, but to me, just because you are tall and this, I just can't say you're going to the NBA just because you're tall or you're 6'5" or you're 6'6". The play on the court, it actually has to match that, in my personal opinion. And like I said, there's just a lot of things that we need to see from Bryce James. I know a lot of people are not going to say this exactly what I'm saying. I know a lot of people are going to be a lot nicer. It's not even being nice. It's me just being honest about Bryce James and where he's at in his career. And like I said, I do see the potential in a guy like Bryce. He just has to piece it all up together. And hopefully next season, whenever he does play varsity, if he makes it on that varsity team at Sierra Canyon, we can honestly see just how he's going to adapt to that play style, how he's going to adapt to the physicality of the game, because he's been playing JV. And I do know so far during his AAU season so far this year, apparently he is playing with the 16U guys. And if you guys actually take a step back and kind of watch these games, I'm not gonna lie, he has been struggling a lot just adapting to that physicality like how we talked about earlier, and even just simply scoring the ball. He also barely even plays for the team that he's playing on currently, but like I said, that's not gonna count him out. I do see that Bronny James has a lot of potential. He enjoys the game of basketball. He loves to play basketball, so I definitely don't think that him just barely playing on this strive for greatness team, playing up versus 16U, and then also even next year, even if he doesn't get that playing time, you know, one day I do think that Bryce will piece things up together just because he has LeBron in his corner and he has the right people in his corner too. But if you guys want a more in-depth video of why Bryce James, in my personal opinion, has struggled so far during this 16U AAU circuit, as well as taking a more in-depth look at his game so far in his high school career, definitely let me know down below, and also subscribe to the channel and smash that like button for that. But like I said, Bryce James versus Bronny James, I really don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. I just feel like we just need to pump the brakes and just stop saying that Bryce James is better than Bronny just because he's taller. I mean, to me, it just does not make sense. Like I said, I know a lot of people aren't going to say what I'm saying. This is literally no hate towards Bryce or anybody. This is me being honest just because I care and I want to see Bryce James succeed. So like I said, don't be in the comments saying this and that. I'm sure all the real subscribers and all the real people know I'm just being honest. And like I said, I want the best for Bryce James. But like I said, I want to know your opinions on Bryce versus Bronny. Who do you guys actually think is better? Who do you think will make it into the NBA? Do you think Bryce will eventually make it to the NBA? How good do you think he's going to be next year playing for varsity for Sierra Canyon? Just comment down below, guys. Did a great basketball conversation start. If you made it to the end, please make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord down below, do all that fun stuff. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching. And it's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.